So, hello everyone. Welcome to a very special session of BIJOYEE BARTALAAP. আমাৰ লগত আজি এগৰাকী বহুত স্পেচিয়েল এণ্ড বহুত নিউজত আপোনালোকে ৰিচেণ্টলি পাইছে তেখেতৰ কথা বহুত স্পেচিয়েল গেষ্ট চ' শ্বি ইজ নান আদাৰ দেন শিল্পা খানিকাৰ এবাৰ অসমৰ পৰা ওৱান অফ দ্য ছাকচেছফুল UPSC কেণ্ডিডেটছ টু কোৱালিফাই তেখেতৰ ৰেংক 506 আছিলে এবাৰ এই অল ইণ্ডিয়া ৰেংকিং এণ্ড তেখেত আজি আমাৰ লগত আহিছে তেখেতৰ অলপ জাৰ্ণিটোৰ কথা অকণমান পাতোঁ আহক তেখেতৰ লগত চ' হেল্ল' শিল্পা ৱেলকাম টু আ ছেশ্যন অফ বিজয় বাৰ্তালাপ
Good evening, sir.
গুড ইভিনিং চ' ফাৰ্ষ্ট কুৱেশ্যন যোনটো চাগে বহুত এতিয়া ভিউৱাৰ্ছবিলাকে জানিব বিচাৰিছে যে পাই কেনেকুৱা লাগে হাউ ডাজ ইট ফিল ফাৰ্ষ্ট যেতিয়া লিষ্টত দেখা পায় তেতিয়া কেনেকুৱা লাগে
Actually, মই তো list চোৱা নাছিলো নিজে. When the list came, I was on Telegram. I knew that the list is about to come. আহি আছে. And আহাৰ লগালগ মানে দি দিছে যে it's out. And তেতিয়ালৈকে online আহা নাই. But they got the list and বাহিৰত লগাইছে তাত UPSC buildingৰ বাহিৰত. অলপ পিছত আহিব গম পাইছো. So বহুত anxiety হয় এইটো পিৰিয়ডত. So I deleted Telegram, everything. So offline মানে সব জেগাৰ পৰা offline so that people can't contact me আৰু তাৰপিছত অলপ পিছত মই ৱেইট কৰি আছো যে লিষ্টটো আহিব অনলাইন বাট আই এম চেকিং ইটছ নট কামিং তাৰপিছত এটা মুমেণ্ট আহিলে য'ত লিষ্টটো আহি গ'ল এণ্ড তেতিয়া মই নাচাওঁকে খুলিছো আৰু এণ্ড আই এম জাষ্ট স্ক্ৰলিং from the last if I could find. I did not do the control find thing but মোৰ এনেকুৱা লাগিছে নাই ঠিক আছে বাদ দে আৰু নাচাওঁ টাইপ then I got a call from one of my friends Annam Hilali. She called me up that I think your name is in the list. I was like okay, let me search তেতিয়া চালো and initial feeling is one of fine মানে relief আৰু এটা kind of যে that okay something has been achieved. So প্ৰথম সেই ফিলিংটো অলপ পিছত লাগে আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে মানে it's অলপ মানে
সিংকিন হ'বলৈ কিমান দিন লাগে
সিংকিন হ'বলে মানে হৈ যায় আই থিংক প্ৰথম দিনাটো বহুত মানে মিডিয়া এটেনশ্যন বেছি পোৱা গ'ল আছামত চ' সেইকাৰণে মেবি অকমান গম পোৱা নাছিলো 2-3 দিন তাৰপিছত হৈ যায় সিংকিন এণ্ড ইটছ আ ফিলিং অফ মোৰ অৰ লেছ মানে আই উড চে relief that something you have ইমানখিনি এফৰ্টৰ কিবা এটা হেৰি হৈছে and all of satisfaction also মোৰ কাৰণে অকমান আছিলে যে I could have done better type of feeling to asile so it's like a motivation for the next attempt as well so as to get a service of my desired preference sir.
So Iman, like you have reached a big milestone of your life maybe, but let us come back to the starting of your life. So would you please tell us a bit about your like education and background so that the aspirants know that what uh, what are the basic requirements বা এনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ মানুহ যে কোৱালিফাই কৰি আছে so what is the background core হয়
মোৰটো I did my 10th from Anand Academy Dispur তাৰপিছত মই 12th cotton cotton college of science graduate and after that I did my engineering from NIT Silchar. I'm an electrical engineer so humanities or কোনো background নাই answer writing or কোনো experience নাই and civil services was like unlike many people যে বহুত আগৰ পৰা ভাবে কৰিম বুলি বা মানে এটা আইডিয়া থাকে যে সিভিল সার্ভিসেসৰ কাৰণে প্ৰিপেয়াৰ কৰোঁ তো কলেজৰ পৰা এটা তেনেকেই এটা প্ৰিপেৰেশ্যন চলাই বা আগতেই ভাবি থয় এইটো থাৰ্ড ইয়াৰৰ পৰা হওক কিছুমানে ছেকেণ্ড ইয়াৰৰ পৰা হওক মই তেনেকে ভবা নাছিলো চ' মোৰ কাৰণে মানে গ্ৰেজুৱেশ্যনৰ পিছতো I was all over the place. I was working, then I was thinking of doing MBA. So I also took classes for CAT preparation. I left midway. I left my job also. I was very, us time pe I was very like shaky. Ki koru, ki no koru kind of. And I feel that bohutor etu hoy, especially in our, those phase, college pass out phase, কাম কৰি আছে কিছুমানে, but কিছুমানে কাম কৰাও নাই. And doubt is this the kind of work we want to do or what else we can do So eventually, I stumbled upon the idea of civil services. I liked studying for it. I liked reading about the social issues and of course, the profile also. Especially the administrative services profile inspired me a lot to pursue my preparation. So the idea kind of sparked in around I think July 2018. But the real preparation started from 2019, I would say, early 2019. I thoroughly started preparing for the
So,
exam.
so the first question that comes to every aspirant's mind is, did they initially start করে যে আমি কোচিং লওঁ নে নলওঁ নে নিজে পাৰিম নে নোৱাৰিম, চ' সেই বস্তুটো তুমি কেনেকে লাইক টেকেল কৰিছিলা এণ্ড ডিচাইড কৰিলা যে মই এইটো ষ্টেপ ল'ম?
Okay. So মই to help লৈছিলো, মই beginning my first thing was that I would decide my optional. মই optional decide কৰিম আৰু তাৰ কাৰণে মই কেইটামান criteria select কৰি লৈছিলো that এইকেইটাৰ basis I would select an optional. তাৰপিছত when I selected my optional, I saw মই search কৰিলো যে what are the resources available, what is the kind of guidance available, or would I need or would I not need a guidance. So I saw that there was guidance available. I saw that Shubhra ma'am is a very popular faculty for PSIR. Fortunately, I had the resources to join the classes, so I did. But from my experience, I can say that for me, of course, the classes were helpful because it helped me, set up a routine and keep me in the zone. But it is not especially necessary ki koriboi lagibo because prothom kotha memor যিখিনি ক্লাছ নোটছ হয় এইখিনি মাৰ্কেটত বহুত ইজিলি এভেইলেবল হয়। তো সেইখিনি পঢ়ি বহুতবাৰ যদি হেল্প লাগে তেনেহ'লে হেল্পৰ কোনো কমি নাই। আই থিংক স্পেচিয়েলি আজিকালি ফ'ৰামৰ কমিউনিটি আছে, মই এইটো বস্তু চবতে মেনশ্যন কৰিছোঁ, টেলিগ্ৰামত আছে কমিউনিটি, চ' হেল্প পোৱা যায়, ফ্ৰী ৰিচোৰ্চেছো থাকে। দেৰ আৰ ইভেন মানে চেনেলছ হু আৰ হেল্পিং ফ্ৰী আনচাৰ ৰাইটিং, চ' সেইটোও কৰিব পাৰি। বাট আই টুক দ্য classes and it helped me initially to keep that momentum going on because my first prelims দিওঁতে মোৰ তেতিয়ালৈকে although optionals prepare হোৱা নাই, মানে একোৱে prepare হোৱা নাই, I did not study because মোৰ 3-4 months মানে প্ৰিপাৰেশ্যনৰ টাইম পাইছিলো মই ফাৰ্ষ্ট প্ৰিলিমছ দিওঁতে। So optionals to মানে ভাবাই নাছিলো, but classes কৰি আছিলো। So one thing was there that I was understanding the concepts. So even though যদি মোৰ prelims সেইবাৰ I just missed it by less than 2 marks, 1.2 something marks I missed the prelims. So even if I would have cleared that prelims, I would have had a base for the optionals. এনেকুৱাও নহ'ল হয় কি মই একদম blank গৈ আছো, which is very bad actually যদি একদম optional unprepared থাকে right after prelims. So কৰিব পাৰি, but it takes time unless we have a background in that optional, so অকমান difficult হৈ যায়, but এনেকুৱা necessary নহয় বুলি ভাবো।
So initially যেতিয়া when you start getting into the preparation mode আৰু একদম জাৰ্নিটো যে ষ্টাৰ্ট কৰা যায় তেতিয়া প্ৰথম কেইটামান হিকাপছ পোৱা যায়, like you get some initial obstacles which you did not expect that you
হয়
would have in this journey, that
হয়
maybe like you did not think that maybe economics তোমাৰ কাৰণে ইমান টান হ'ব বা some part of it would be so hard that every time তুমি mocks দিয়া বা কিবা কৰা তুমি সদায় ভুলে কৰা। So তেনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ, what was your first obstacle when you started with the syllabus?
Yeah, so I think the first obstacle is about understanding the syllabus in itself. Because the prelims syllabus, so that ekunai, that they just wrote history, polity, economy of India, simply mane general science or something like that. Mane it's not elaborate in itself, and the main syllabus is the real syllabus. So when I started preparing, current affairs was a big mane obstacle because newspaper I used to spend a lot of time যে কি পঢ়ি আছো, and then I used to make a registrar of I used to take down notes from the newspaper, and more later on I realized that most of those notes were useless and they were very prelims centric, very prelims factual based things. Used to write down most of everything, and that used to consume a lot of time. So what happened, by the time my first prelims came, I knew that I was underprepared or possibly even unprepared for mains. So so that was something which was very clear in my mind. I went for the prelims, I gave my exam. I knew that I had a chance in clearing the exam. I mean, I had a chance, but even then I knew that this means possibly I will not be able to, but I did try after my till the results. I prepared for the, but this was the time when I realized that everything that I was reading is coming to a point where I'm understanding everything. Before my first prelims, I was not understanding the things. I just appear the exam, but after my prelims, I started reading the things in a very different manner, in a very issue and contextual manner, from a very different perspective, from a very mains perspective. And that's when I started grasping things. And that's when I realized that, whatever I'm studying, I'm actually understanding it. And I think that I'll be able to um, bring it down in an answer format as well. I started writing answers also. So my preparation kind of changed in 2019. After my first prelims, it actually got some direction. And from 2019, that after my first prelims, I think around June, May, June, after that, I think the real preparation was, they got a proper direction. And till 2020 end, I think I had the best preparation going on.
Okay.
Unfortunately, in the next prelims, I missed the CSAT thing. I would
Okay.
advise no one to take that lightly, because
Uh,
I did all of the GS thing. I got 128 in paper one, and that is
okay.
like very high marks.
Yes,
So
obviously. Yeah.
yeah, and with that I got 56 in CSAT. So
Oh,
this is like, I mean, poor performance. And it only happened not because I did not knew the mathematics or the this, because I panicked. I did not have a strategy for the paper, and the papers are becoming very
very tough.
different than the earlier
Very
CSAT
tough
paper.
and very lengthy also
Yeah,
for us.
and so yeah, and the comprehension part also, we
Yes.
feel that we are clicking the correct option. It's not necessarily so. I did all
Yes.
of the comprehension, so
Mm.
ultimately it turned out not in my favor.
Nothing of it.
That was a very devastating period. First prelims I was not hurt, but this prelims I was taken back.
So, like, when you started with the journey and you overcame these obstacles, and so first, like coming to the academics part, now let us come to academics. But so, what what sources, মানে what sources বা কি sources তুমি লৈছিলা বা কি টেক্সট বুক লৈছিলা বা কি হেৰি ৰিফাৰ কৰিছিলা ইনিচিয়েলি, মানে বেছিক হিচাপে কি এস্পিৰেণ্টছ বিলাকে ৰেফাৰ কৰিব লাগে? বহুতে লাইক বহুত কিতাপ কিনি লয় এণ্ড চব ফালৰ পৰা পঢ়ি থাকে, অল দ্য বুকছ টুগেডাৰ। কিছুমানে অকল কেইটামান লয়। চ' উইচ ইজ একচুৱেলি দ্য কাৰেক্ট ষ্ট্ৰেটেজি অৰ কাৰেক্ট এপ্ৰ'চ when it comes to book selection?
Yeah, so correct approach মানে এইটো চাগে person to person অলপ differ কৰিব। এতিয়া মোৰ বস্তুটো এনেকুৱা হ'ল ন, my journey is over three years, so I had enough time to pick up more books and prepare. So, but for someone who is starting, we will not go into the journey thinking that we will require 3 years or require 4 years. We'll start with the mindset that we'll do it in the in the best fastest time possible, or maybe in the first attempt. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But that's what we go with. That's the mindset we go into the preparation. So first of all, I believe that এই sources বিলাক অকমান মানে differ কৰিব পাৰে, but beginningত কিছুমান basic contextual books everybody should be doing, and some of which NCRTs বুলি কয়। NCRTs also এনে এতিয়া কয় ছিক্সৰ পৰা কৰিব লাগে। ছিক্সৰ পৰা কৰিব পাৰে, একো কেছ নাই, বিকজ ছিক্সৰ বুক এখন পঢ়িবলৈ আমাৰ বহুত বেছি টাইম নালাগে। It
Yeah,
is not going to take us মানে
long term.
বহুত time. We'll just be doing it in let's say even 2 hours, or 1 hour later on, just even in few minutes. So but there are few selective books which I think must be everybody should be doing, because like অকমান contextual based to form হয়। geography কাৰণে যেনেকে NCRTs are very good. um, Only NCRTs can be able to give us the contextual base. Over and above that, also there are some resources like uh, people say GC Leong. I did GC Leong selectively. I made few notes from GC Leong from the mains perspective only, and over and above that, I also did a few portions from PMFIS, Kisuman sections which I did not understand, and of course my class notes were there. Um, and then for polity, there's a good book, Indian Constitution at Work. This will give us the base. After that, we can go for the reference book like Didi Basu or M. Lakshmikant. তাৰ বাহিৰে modern history কাৰণে there is this Bipin Chandra ka NCRT, which is a very good book. Not the big one. I mean the NCRT book, which is a very good book. Either people either do that or the Spectrum. Both are fine. And there are NCRTs which are the themes, the new NCRTs, which are also very good. They will give us a very theme based idea of the history.
Okay.
So
Okay.
those are good. These are some of the books I think. For economy, the sources are we don't have a proper source for economy. So here we have to take help from resources which are available in the market. There are like people can select. There are teachers whose notes are circulating in the market. There are also few books by Ramesh Singh. I did not do this book, but people say that it's a good book. We can try that just to form the base of what
Mm.
the terms are. Let's say people might not be even clear about what is inflation, what is deflation, what is recession. So once we get a basic idea of this, only then we can understand what is written in the editorials and the economy section of the newspaper, which I think for me in the first prelims I knew that economy was my weakest section. And in the and fortunately enough, in the 2020 attempt, it was my strongest section. So I worked so hard in that section, both economy and polity, that I did not miss one single question in the 2020 attempt from the static portions. So
Okay.
that's how my score went high,
Mental.
because I did not miss the easy question.
Easy
This is where
questions.
we our
Falter.
score comes down.
Falter. Yeah.
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 I think these are some of the basic books. Apart from that, I think resources might differ. For some of us, we do like reading more, and I used to read more, so I used to pick up more books. This was my thing, because I was not a first kind of person who used to be very detailed about making notes, which I am changing this time around, because hopefully I'll be writing mains, and if I'll be writing mains, then I need to have something prepared, because
Okay.
that's what they are going to see in the answer scripts, and that's what they will through which they will decide our marks. So
Yeah.
थोड़ा detailed होना भी जरूरी है, क्योंकि अलग अलग এনেকে prepare কৰিছো যাতে answer আহক বস্তুবিলাক।
Numbers.
That is our goal, যে answer আহক। মানে মই এটা দেখো যে এটা one thing I feel students not only in Assam but elsewhere as well are very focused on prelims, which is of course important, because prelims clear নহলে there is no point. But এনেকুৱাও হ'ব নালাগে যে প্ৰিলিমছেই প্ৰিপেয়াৰ কৰি আছো এণ্ড মানে only very limited understanding হ'ব তেতিয়া। বহুত limited understanding. If you're just preparing from a preliminary perspective, you're just solving MCQs, you're just taking a test series for prelims, or you're just daily
So,
quiz, daily
so
quiz and
basically,
exam.
you are saying that start কৰোঁতে মেইনছ অৰিয়েণ্ট হৈ পেলাই ষ্টাৰ্ট কৰিব লাগে, তেতিয়া বেছি কামত আহে বস্তুবিলাক পিছলৈ।
Yes, I do believe, yes, means perspective or when prelims is approaching, change your
তেতিয়া
perspective.
চেঞ্জ হৈ
Yeah, yeah, just change your perspective, just come into the prelims mode, because কি হ'ব তেতিয়া নহলে syllabus কেতিয়াও complete নহয়। If you're going to prepare mains after prelims, hardly there is a chance that we'll be making it through the list.
চ' লাইক ইন দিছ লাইক তোমাৰ ইমান দীঘল জাৰ্ণিটোত যদি চাব যাওঁ, লাইক 3 years তুমি 3টা এটেম্পটছ দিলা, ৰাইট? 3 এটেম্পট, থাৰ্ড এটেম্পট আছে তোমাৰ এইটো, থাৰ্ড এটেম্পটত তুমি চ' তোমাৰ মতে তুমি কি কি মিষ্টেক কৰি আহিছিলা ইন ইয়াৰ ফাৰ্ষ্ট এণ্ড ছেকেণ্ড এটেম্পটছ, যোনটো
Yeah.
কাৰণে উইথ ইউ ফিল দেট তুমি ফাৰ্ষ্টটো কথা কৈছিলা যে মে বি চিৰিয়াছলি দিয়া নাছিল, ছেকেণ্ড টাইম তোমাৰ কি মিষ্টেক হৈছিলে বেচিকেলি?
Second time who CSAT mistake asila, that was my best preparation that year, 2020. Possibly I would have had secured a better rank that year if I
Yeah,
would have been
numbers.
right,
Okay.
because I was more prepared that year. But I did not take into account that you also have to qualify qualifying paper, and
Yeah, numbers.
yeah,
So
and you should
that's
not be so
so সেইটোৱে
overconfident.
like বহুত এক্সপিৰিয়েঞ্চে এবাৰ APSC দিওঁতেও like they some of the aspirants really underestimated the CSAT paper even in
Exactly.
APSC ever, like
Mm.
there were many aspirants যাৰ GS paper বহুত ভাল হৈছিলে, but since first time CSAT paper introduce হৈছিলে and আগতেও সিহঁতে বহুতবাৰ prelims qualify কৰি আহিছিলে,
Yeah,
but just because এবাৰ CSAT paper introduce কৰিলে CSATত they could not qualify.
yeah,
So like the aspirants who are watching, they should actually know that the importance of the CSAT paper at this
yeah.
present time of like examination, the present trend of examination.
And this year also, in
Mm,
even UPSC to ABOSR
mm,
2022, there is a survey going on, and results says people who are scoring very good marks in GS,
mm.
1 in 5 among them are not clearing CSAT.
Jane
So which
said
is a very very bad
that
scenario. We have been
scenario.
eliminating people in CSAT.
He
So
said
CSAT is becoming something which we need to prepare separately at least.
separately.
এনেকুৱা নহয় যে এক্সামৰ 5 দিনৰ আগত মই দুখন পেপাৰ কৰি গৈছো হৈ যাব,
Mm,
সেইটো এটিটিউড নহয়। বহুত মানুহৰ ষ্ট্ৰং থাকে, সেইকাৰণে
mm,
কিছুমানৰ হ'বই ডেফিনেটলি,
mm,
বাট
mm.
নট এভৰিবডি ইজ অফ এট দ্য ছেইম লেভেল,
Yes.
মানে সেই এক্সেপ্টেঞ্চটো অনাটো দৰকাৰী হয় মানে
Mm.
ডেছপাইট বিং the people from IITs who are failing in CSAT. So
Yeah.
people from humanities background to need to work even harder, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, yeah, like coming to more of the planning side. So, are you a planner or non-planner when it comes to like academics or a good day process too? Like because some people are there, I'm my paisu like they don't plan. Then again, পঢ়িম, but in a পঢ়ি গৈ থাকে and হৈ যায় সিহঁতৰ. So, is planning actually required in this process of preparation?
I think planning is required, but I am a non-planner. I cannot. Matlab, I try to plan. Those things don't pan out according to my plan, so I get frustrated. So instead of that, I found that another strategy works for me. If I can't plan what I will study or how for how long I'll study this, I instead made sure that I'll be very consistent with my efforts. That I'll be studying for a minimum of 10 hours a day, and even in my
At a
worst
stretch,
days,
at a stretch
sorry,
10 hours. One at one stretch, can you study 10 hours?
not at a
Do you do
stretch. The entire day I'm talking about. The entire day I would, bring out.
so? He
I would.
like let me just interrupt. Like uh, বহুত এক্সপিৰিয়েঞ্চে এইটো বস্তু মানে মিষ্টেক কৰে যে 10 hours পঢ়ি আছে 16 ঘণ্টা পঢ়িছে 15 ঘণ্টা পঢ়িছে চ' এই বস্তুটো একচুৱেলি হাউ ডাজ ইট ৱৰ্ক লাইক হাউ ডিড ইউ ডিষ্ট্ৰিবিউট দ্য টাইম থ্ৰু আউট দ্য ডে সেইটো লাইক দে কেনট কম্প্ৰিহেণ্ড চ' এবাৰ কেন ইউ টেল আছ এ শ্বেডিউল শ্বেয়াৰ উইথ আছ ইয়ৰ শ্বেডিউল যে
I
কেনেকুৱা
think
কেনেকুৱা টাইমিঙত পঢ়িব পৰা যায়
হয় মানে 10 hours বহুত বেছি ডাঙৰ টাইম নহয় প্ৰিপেৰেশ্যনৰ কাৰণে
এক্সেক্টলি এক্সেক্টলি
মানে it's not that big of a time. We can bring unless we are working experience, of course.
yes
Unless
yes
you're working experience, you will have to find out you will find out less time, and you'll have to manage within that time. But
yeah
if we are full time experience, we are not working, then we have the leverage of time, and we I think we should make full utilization of it. 5 hours পঢ়ি পেলাই 5 hours পঢ়ি পেলাইও কিছুমানে গ্ৰেস্প কৰিব পাৰে, no doubt, but I think এটা বস্তু বহুত ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট হয় is that consistently পঢ়াটো বহুত ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট,
yes
and
exactly
every day যদি you are studying a certain amount of time, you will understand at some point in time, you will understand things at some point in time. If you're not preparing, মানে এদিন পঢ়িছো 5 দিন নাই পঢ়া, and then 6 day পৰা পঢ়িছো, and আকৌ 10 দিন নাই
break
পঢ়া, বা
break হৈ গৈছে
ব্ৰেক হৈ গৈছে বা দুদিন নাই পঢ়া, কেতিয়াবা ব্ৰেক লোৱা ইজ অলছ ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট, যে আজি এই মাহটোত মই এভৰিডে পঢ়িছো, লেট মি টেক আ ব্ৰেক টুডে, let me not study this day, or let me just do the newspaper and then watch a show, or do something else, something more productive, read a book unrelated to syllabus, or read a fiction or read a non-fiction, read something else, or hobby, whatever hobby we do have. That is also important. But মই মানে টাইমটো ডিভাইড এনেকৈ কৰিছিলোঁ যে মই ডেইলি 10 ঘণ্টা মিনিমাম পঢ়িছিলোঁ কৈছোঁ, মানে আই ইউজ টু টেক মোৰ দেন দ্যাট, অফ কোৰ্ছ, বাট দোজ 10 hours I found যে productive গৈ আছে, 10 hours are productive, and there are some bad days where I don't feel like studying, and even in those days I used to study for 6 hours. And this is my schedule till in the 2019 to 2020 period. In
okay
2021 I kind of faltered, and I think that is how it reflected in my marks as well. I mean, I could have done better, that's what I feel. I will not be ungrateful, because even to feature in the list is a big thing, so I'll
yeah
not be ungrateful saying that
exactly
yeah, so I'll not say that, but I did falter. I did not have a proper schedule. I was not studying consistently. I was only putting efforts just before exam. So these are the things which we need to avoid. These are, and for this, I think motivation সেইটো বস্তু মানে বহুতৰে মোৰো হৈছে since, so
Yeah,
I know
I
that
was
yeah.
so I was actually coming to that. Like, how did you manage to keep yourself motivated? মানে কেনেকে তুমি নিজকে motivated কৰি ৰাখিছিলা in this entire journey? Like, uh, not qualifying, but man, like this journey is very big. Like, because the entire process takes us মানে এক বছৰ লাগি যায় এই গোটেই
Mm.
প্ৰচেছটো কমপ্লিট হ'বৰ কাৰণে
Yeah,
চ' এক বছৰ ৰখিব লাগে নেক্সট
yeah,
বস্তু সেইটো কাৰণে চ'
yeah.
সেইটো এক বছৰ ৰখাটো মানে মটিভেশ্যনটো ক'ৰ পৰা আহিছিলে তোমাৰ লাইক বাট তুমি কেনেকে ডিচাইড কৰিছিলা যে নাই হ'ব এবাৰো নহ'ল হ'ব নেক্সট টাইম আকৌ দিম এবাৰো নহ'ল
Mm.
হ'ব নেক্সট টাইম আকৌ দিম এই বস্তুটো কেনেকে তুমি ছাকচেছিভলি তুমি কৰিব পাৰি আছা
Yeah, I think eta kotha je when you start the journey, there has to be a certain leeway in your mind that this might not happen in the first attempt. Very few people are going to qualify this exam in the first attempt, and some of which are preparing for this for a long time back. So they're preparing, or they have the idea, or they're drawing their journey in that direction only, or they have a certain background where their family is in the services. So not every one of us is going to have that amount of dedication or that amount of idea about the exam. So at least the idea also helps. For me, I felt that idea nahi hone ke karan, eto idea na thaka karane, it took a lot of time to just find out, and I did most of my things. Although I had a lot of seniors helping me out, I'm a person who studies alone, so I did, the studying part I did alone, of course. And फिर वो समझने में नहीं समझने में कोई आपको उतना মানে কোনেও হিমান মদত কৰি দিব নোৱাৰে that they can put things into your mind, so সেইটো নিজে আহিব. So এটা leeway to ৰাখিবই লাগিব. 2-3 attempts, generally it's a very common thing. People generally clear in their third or their fourth attempt. Maximum people clear in their third or their fourth. If it's the even if it's the first attempt, let's say, even if you're clearing in the first attempt, very good. But even then you are taking 2 years. You will, preparation is more or less 1 year, and the exam itself is of 1 year. So you're taking some time. That will take some time, and failure at any stage will bring us back to
yes
square one. So hey,
yeah
leeway to rakhibo lage. And then I would also say that it is necessary now, because when I felt, my second prelims, because this second prelims was my first, proper attempt where I studied proper, prepared, ekdam, I was
okay
prepared for both the prelims and mains. The first attempt I just prepared a few months and I gave the attempt. But in my second prelims, I was more or less, I felt that I was prepared for both the stages of the exam, prelims and mains. I'm not talking about interview right now, but I was feeling that I was prepared for it. And so সেই সময়ত I think যে সেই কি কয়, যিখিনি মানে কি কয় আৰু যে গম পোৱা যায় যে you are prepared or not, সেই বস্তুটো you will know. You will know whether or not you're prepared. So he motivation to ahibo karne, I think, to because for me more motivation ahisil when I was being appreciated for the answers I was writing. I took test series also, I took feedback also, and when I wrote those answers, when I got proper feedback that I have the potential, and my answers have some kind of innovative aspect to it, so that's the kind of motivation I required, that ঠিক আছে আজি prelims হোৱা নাই, but if I get to write mains, then probably they will see me through mains only. Na prelims is, I'm just putting MCQs. They're not, they don't know who I am. They don't know
yeah
how what I think about the world or my ideas. They're just seeing, through the MCQs. We have to try to not be eliminated in the preliminary stage, of course, because that is very demotivating. But even if it so happens, be prepared for the next prelims as well as mains, so that next time अगर prelims हुआ ये ना हो कि अब mains का क्या करें, अब এতিয়া মেইনছৰ কি কৰো, এতিয়া তো
ঠিক
মানে আনপ্ৰিপেয়াৰ্ড, সেইটো চিন হ'ব নালাগে, বিকজ বহুত মানুহ দেখো প্ৰিলিমছ ফেইল কৰাৰ পিছত অকল প্ৰিলিমছে পঢ়ি থাকে, তো সেই
অ
বস্তুটো এভইড কৰিব লাগে আমাৰ,
ৰেকৰ্ড কৰিব লাগে
সেইটোৱে।
So, how was your like এবাৰ এবাৰ যেতিয়া তুমি কোৱালিফাই কৰিছা so তুমিতো ইণ্টাৰভিউ দিছিলা এবাৰ so so ইণ্টাৰভিউ এক্সপিৰিয়েঞ্চটো কেনেকুৱা হয় লাইক আমি আগতেও এইটো কথা পাতা হৈছে যে there is a common perception among aspirants এটা ধাৰণা এটা আছে যে ইণ্টাৰভিউত বহুত টান হয় ইণ্টাৰভিউতে মানুহ ৰখি যায় মেইনছ চৰি প্ৰিলিমছ আৰু মেইনছটো লিখি ল'ম বাট ইণ্টাৰভিউত কি হ'ব সেই তেনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ ধাৰণা থাকে বহুত
হয়
চ' তোমাৰ সেইটো কেনেকুৱা অনুভৱ আছিলে লাইক এক্সপিৰিয়েঞ্চটো কেনেকুৱা আছিলে অলপ যদি শ্বেয়াৰ কৰা আমাৰ লগত
Hi. So I got 168 in interview, which is not very great score. It is not a very bad score as well. Somehow was able to put me in the list. If I would have scored above 180, I would have been, 150 ranks above. Uh, so of course, above 190, I would have been 200 ranks above. So of course, interview makes a huge difference because just about any one mark in the exam is going to make a huge difference. Because even in the same mark as I, there are about 10 people in the list who hold the same mark as I, and now they decide the precedence. UPSC has a certain way in which they decide the precedence. So of course, interview has its own significance, and interview has a very important significance which you only realize after me. Like you said, ki মানুহে এইটো ভাবি আছে interview কেনেকে কৰিলম. There are people who also think that mains ভাল হৈ গ'ল এতিয়া interview কি কৰিব আৰু. I'll just go and sit. There is also this perception, and this is not how it works because interview can put you out of the list. Interview can put you on the list, somewhere on the list, and interview can make you an IS. If you have good enough marks in your mains, interview is the one factor which can make you which can give you the desired service, your desired service. Let's say you have 800 plus mains, which is a very good score to have in mains. If you score 200 or 190 in interview, you are definitely an IS, irrespective of the category,
yeah
irrespective of which category you belong to. So you are going to make it. You are going to make it there. So it will put you in the top 500, top 50. Because I have a Shubham Shukla, he's AIR 40. I talked with him. I saw his mark sheet. He shared his mark sheet with me, and he got a 809 in mains. There are people who got much higher marks in mains than him, but he got 193 in interview, and he is ranked 40. So
yeah
interview marks was a deciding factor in giving him the service of his preference. So of course interview is important, and of course mains is very important because both of those factors combined will give you the rank of your uh, desired list. So I
yeah
think both need to be equal, not equal importance. First we work on mains because prelims and mains is what
yes
will bring us to the interview, right? And I also interacted with few students who were asking me about interview কেনেকে কৰিলা বা interview কাৰণে কেনেকে কৰিলা কথা interview কাৰণে আগৰ পৰা আমি prepare কৰি নাথাকো. You can keep on thinking, but our personality develops during our preparation.
yeah
Our opinions develop during our preparation. So that is to help us during the interview. So সেইটো কাৰণে specifically আগৰ পৰা নহয়. There will be enough time after you complete your main. There will be enough time, 1.5 months, where you can specifically prepare, give a direction for your interview preparation. But focus should be on improving our marks in mains so that interview does not become a very huge deciding factor. You have enough marks. This is what I am thinking of doing this year at least. That
okay
I have a good enough margin here so that even if I score an average score in interview, I could get it into a respectable rank.
yeah yeah okay so so basically we have come to the end of the session right now since you are about to join এইটো সময়ত আমি actually career join কৰাৰ পিছত কেনেকুৱা লাগিছে অলপ experience হলো but since তুমি you are yet to join the
Yeah.
service so hopefully next time when we meet you again and you will be maybe on a higher AIR and an IS then maybe we can call you again here so that
Yeah.
আমি তেতিয়া IS এগৰাকীৰ লগত কথা পাতিম and very like it's from the bottom of our heart we thank you very much for being with us and sharing your journey some aspirants I'm sure they will be thrilled to know the inputs that you have given like coming from someone who has been in the journey for a longer period of years it kind of makes it more connecting to the aspirants that they because there are some of them who are in the same phase so it I hope এই সেশনটো চাই পেলাই সিহঁতে অলপ মটিভেশ্যন সিহঁতৰো অকণমান মটিভেশ্যন আহে যে ট্ৰাই কৰি থাকিব লাগিব ন মেটাৰ হোৱাট এণ্ড if you are sure of your intentions, I'm sure you'll make it. So best of luck, Shilpa. Best of luck
Thank you.
for the future and for your future attempts. Hopefully, we'll meet you here again on another season of Bijoy Bartalap, maybe.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much.